answer the question. But again,
Yeah, the question would be like, what do they get? What is a person, a guy, he pays 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. Guy's coming from UK, he paid 12,000 to live here for 2 weeks. What it is right now. Pretty soon it'll be 25K a week. I mean, you should see the clips that we put out. AZD just called out Andrew Tate. He's been featured on some very high quality podcasts with some, the original band manager for Eminem and, so many other guys. And that's just going to be leveraged. I mean, the guy who owns the LA Tribune is already shouting him out to networking and connecting him. He's with a lot of big name podcasts, and his name's going to get out. He's going to call out all kinds of people. We're going to have our whole staff chop up his clips, chop up his lectures into clips, and word's going to get out. It's just going to spread like wildfire, going nuclear, and that brings with it, we are the guardians, so we filter the guys that come nearer. And, we also charge them because, man, the game is to be sold, not told. And why is that, Cupid?
Bro, I mean, look, dude, like, men worldwide lose their lives. They, like you said, to begin in the beginning point of, the more successful you get, the more money you make, the more you establish yourself in the world, the higher risk you are when it comes to relationships. And everybody knows anything that's taking down a great
Hold on. Is that something that you've said before, or did you just pick that up from what I opened with? Okay, because that sounds like exactly like what I said, but you've come to that too.
To your point, of course, but I've said something similar.
Okay. I was just wanting credit. That's all. I just wanted credit.
Well, I did say back to your point that you were just saying.
Yeah.
Man, I lost my point.
You were saying the more successful, the higher the risk relationships are for you in this world.
Yeah, I know, but I forgot why I was saying all that.
Why is the game sold, not told?
Oh, yeah. So, again, the higher risk your life becomes, again, you gain prestige and status in the business, in regular society, right? The reason why game is so important, or really why it's vital, why the game is sold and not told, is because, again, men will lose their lives. The greatest kingdoms and conquerors were dethroned, not because of other rulers, and sometimes, but mainly because of the inside, meaning the women that they have in their life. And so when I say games to be sold, this is like one of the most, really, not sacred, that's not the word I'm looking for, but this
sensitive and close to home, volatile and liable. It's such a big liability. It's the biggest liability in a man's life is his relationships.
I've seen my own father lose everything in relationships, with my mother. And so really I think that was like the pivotal point in my life where I had to really look at this subject and say, fuck, dude, what do I gotta learn in order to not have to go through these things? And I think early on in my own life, I just never, when I saw people in relationships, I would always question, man, what the fuck's the point of that? I don't know, man, I just never was drawn to it. But until I started to study with Araj, and then I really appreciated what a relationship is because I needed that reference. And so why game is to be sold? Again, bro, at the end of everything you do as a man, whether it be your career, whether it be the car you drive, where you go, fucking fly to Colombia, fly to Las Vegas, at the end of every action you take, there's always going to be a woman in mind. And the only reason why you're looking to make money or buy that car and look cool and all that shit is, again, so that you get beautiful women in your life. So if that's at the very end of every man's motive and his ultimate drive in life, then fuck, bro. What are you willing to or how much? And I think this is really the drawing point, is a man has to go through enough pain in his life to finally say, I need to learn this shit. And it's like a big ego check, really.
That's the ego, male. When they talk about male ego, and let's talk about how much ego it takes. That's what's stopping guys from improving themselves and seeking out dating advice. And it's really an ego that you're all right, you're good as you are, you've had enough, you're too old, you're too focused on business or whatever, which is a mask, because you're only going for all that business success for some other reason. And you have some wrong ideas. Occasionally, a guy may have a wrong idea that it's like he actually hasn't thought about. I'm only going for business because I really want to get women. And when presented with the truth, he may realize, as I did, as you did, that let's just cut to the chase. I'll develop my business anyway. But if I anyway, I guess that's what. Okay, so we have a philosophy. We have a whole philosophy, ideas, and beliefs about the dating game, humanity, psychology, communication, all this stuff. And it's theory, right? And a lot of it's very practical. It obviously works. We can prove it, etc., or at least prove its validity. But which means it works. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It just means it works. Um, when it comes to residency, coming and living, I mean, is all of that philosophy necessary? And if it's not necessary, then how should we talk about residency? And if it is necessary, then what should we talk about as far as the philosophy? What's necessary for guys to come and do residency?
Right. So, I mean, I see two paths, and I mean, you could break it down to more, but I just see two groups of guys. One would be a guy who is arriving here and wants to be a student, meaning they've seen what we're doing. They're watching Arash AZD on YouTube, or maybe they're even on boot camps. Maybe they're a student who's watching from a distance and wants to really solidify or see. They want to have a real life reference of all of the tangible, all the technical philosophies that they're learning, right? Whether it comes to the social dynamics, whether it comes to the mental and imagination techniques, or having a process to really evolutionize their life. There's that guy who's coming here to get that reference, to see the number one player and really solidify all the tech that he's invested in. Number two would be somebody who's brand new. Let's say the people who are on TikTok right now. Maybe you're like, man, this sounds fascinating. I'd like to come to Las Vegas, but I want to come visit you guys. I want to be around AZD. And you're newer. You're more green to this subject. I think for that person, they're really just coming for an experience. For example, myself, when I first started studying Arash, it was very premature when I jumped into one of his biggest programs. And the reason why I say premature was because I didn't know he had all these other programs prior. He was doing Diamond Mind and the mentorship. I wasn't a part of any of that. I just saw this guy on Instagram Live, and I was watching his daily podcast, and I found myself gravitate more to it. Then I saw him be a guest speaker at an event in LA, and I go see him. From that point forward, I mean, I didn't do any trainings prior with him. And that's when Yogi Chris hits me up and says, hey, we got this $25,000 program. Again, I have no idea, really, the depth of what IMC Nation is. However, I knew this is what I wanted, and I knew I had to go learn from this guy, who was AZD at the time.
What is this that you wanted?
Yeah, I knew this is what I wanted.
What is this? What is this?
Man, it was... This is... at that time, it's still the same thing, but at that time, what I was really seeking was when I saw Arash speak. He was speaking at a level that was just shaking my inner structure. Meaning, when he would speak, there was just so much truth that I had to look at my own life and question my own life. Mm-hmm. And the way he spoke with so much conviction and certainty, just seeing a real, true alpha male speak unapologetically and just with no fear. Like, man, there was just so many qualities about his character that I admired and I wanted in my life. And so, again, seeing that as a reference, I knew I needed that as an experience in my life. Seeing how this man lived, what were his daily habits, what would it be like to just be around him and ultimately have that relationship. Because I had prior in my life, built relationships with people I was studying, like prior mentors and shit.
Yeah.
And so I knew at that time, in order for me to have that relationship, this is what I had to do. And so that's what I did.
Righteous. And I don't know if you mentioned, but what was your profession at the time?
I was a real estate agent in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was convenient for you because big ticket trainings was not a foreign concept to a real estate agent. Like you do big ticket training, maybe not 25K, but it was like, okay, that's at the higher end, but and you were looking to get shook, and you got shook. You got so shook. You got shook out of your whole profession, out of your whole reality, out of your whole dwelling, location, geography. You got shook out of your haircut, out of your clothes, out of your fucking personality. And, and now you found yourself. It's like you shook and whatever fell off, it wasn't meant to be there. And what remained was solid enough to carry through to the next incarnation.
Totally. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I mean, I had built a whole identity through that profession, and I thought I had to be that guy in order to be successful. And I think it's a trap that the world of entrepreneur and modern day, businessmen and whatever the fuck, right? The whole real estate facade, that shit just really destroys one's character, bro. And so I just became this type of guy I really didn't like, man, because that's not how I grew up. But
Interesting.
that's how I thought I had to be in order to succeed. So I created this whole image. And so really, when you say AZD like shook that out of me, it really did, man. And it brought me back to my essence. And I think this is a key piece that AZD once said. He's like, I give people their lives back.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
like studying with me, I give people their life back. And so, you probably lost yourself in a relationship. You probably lost yourself in a career. You probably lost yourself in the day-to-day, depressions and misery of life, wherever the fuck your suffering is.
Yeah.
And so this is, again, it's like a rebirth of your life. It's a rebirth of a new chapter for you. And that's what it was for me.
Can you imagine in the beginning you did a 25K training and that was just a weekend of he rented an Airbnb, he lived somewhere else. We stayed together in an Airbnb. We might have gone out a little bit, and then it's mostly lectures. Could you have imagined what it would have been like if for that 25K you had had 2 weeks of residency with him at that time,
Man.
or a month of residency?
That's why it blows my mind where guys are so reluctant to do it. I mean, the opportunity to live in the same fucking house, like you can literally from morning time till the end of the night, you'll have so much just in one night, bro, uploaded of just internal shifts, just hearing the laughter of multiple women downstairs to the place. Just, man, fuck, bro. Like, again, if this was available 2 weeks to live with the number one player on the planet, bro, I mean, shit, dude. I don't take back on my journey or none of that, but nonetheless, I mean, shit.
No, because that's why you get to live for residency with AZD for the last 4 years, was because of that. So you bought a 3-day immersion. What you got was 4 years of residency. Mm-hmm. Because you were an early investor. Everybody else has to pay whatever they got to pay residency. Someone else that lives with us had to pay $500,000, let's say. That's what it took for him to get to the place where now he could live residency. You only had to pay $25K.
Exactly. I mean, more than that, but that was like initial investment.
That's true.
Stock of IMC.
That's true. Let's not make light of it.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely, man. I think that right now it's such a key moment in really the IMC sphere of life because Rush is about to hit the world stage and it's happening very fast, and you could feel the energy behind not just his intensity, but you could feel it in honestly like the world right now. I could perceive it. Okay, host seems calmer today. Praise be. Probably thought it would be Yogi. And so why I'm saying this is that right now, if you were somebody right now out there watching this and wanting to learn from AZD, be around AZD, right now, while it's still, look, bro, at some point he's going to be so inaccessible, you're not going to have this opportunity to come at all. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Unless you're paying him, I don't know, 100,000, depending on who his clientele level is. Right now, while it's here, while it's available, bro, fuck, dude. Hurry up. Talk to one of the guys here, get ministered, and go through the vetting process of being qualified to be around here. Obviously we don't want a lunatic from online who doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but somebody who wants to learn, wants to change their life and evolve. This is rapid evolution.
Super rapid evolution. And so to the man that's addicted to personal development, or to the man who's got heartbreak and heartache and doesn't understand why, and because there's reasons why and there's solutions to that, and it's not turning numb or somehow just having amnesia about it or whatever. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of creating yourself and applying your mind so that you can take all the darkness that she gives you, that the world gives you, that your own mind has given you, because you're not owning your mind. You're not owning your thoughts and beliefs and memories and things. You're just having them. You're experiencing them as they pop up, and taking ownership of that and what to do with it and transmuting that. That's AZD's found this kind of engine or motor that transforms the negativity and negative energies of life into beauty and aesthetics, and something that is very pro-survival because it results in the mating. And that's what, at a core level allows the species to continue. even if he's not having kids, it's that dynamic that keeps the woman so compliant and under you and following and obedient, etc., and beautiful, which means fecund, able to produce offspring, etc. Like, that's the code of survival, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we should do TikTok stream at maybe a different time of day or something. I don't know, 5 p.m. Maybe it's not good.
I was thinking this. We should do this more regularly, bro. Even if it's like 30 minutes, 40-minute live streams. I'm down to do this again this week.
Sure. Let's. If we could just have maybe. Did you post the flyer in your story?
I didn't even get one, so.
What do you mean?
I could be more prepared. Yeah.
I maybe didn't send it to you. I just figured you would go to my Instagram and take it. It was what I posted yesterday with Sultan.
Right.
So that may contribute like one or two people showing up, and I mean it could be the same flyer, it could be a different flyer. It's basically just a group shot that says we're talking residency, whatever, and driving. That's why I can't comment much. That's all right. I mean we're about to end it, brother. If you want, I could call you right after this because I have a few minutes before my girl arrives. If you got any questions about this stuff, just FaceTime. And yeah, we could go to a similar topic, different topic. You know, a lot of times we jump off and do like tangents, but it's nice to have at least some kind of direction to go in, and residency was it today. So,
Absolutely.
to the guys that are online, you have the opportunity to come live with the top player, go out with us, and live our lifestyle with us as one of our housemates, basically. We share kitchen, share bathroom, share the car, share girls, you know what I mean? Like, and Tony K is living in Vegas now. He just moved here. So, you know, he's getting all his job and housing and everything situated, just, you know, kind of packed up with where you get the handkerchief and put your belongings in it and tie it over a stick and throw it over your shoulder and then hop on the next train. And then just like, that's what he did. And so now he's here, but now we got to get established.
Yeah,
So it's just a matter of time. It might help to start shaving that beard. Fucking Kate, fucking whatever you are, mountain man. Mountain man from Wisconsin where there's no mountains at all.
Yeah. Desert now.
Yeah, right. Man, totally different ecosystem. So yeah, we'll do it again. Today is Thursday, so yeah, whatever day. Maybe
Sundays.
Sunday. Sunday's good. You know, I'm still trying to stream with Wolf at some point, and he works. And Sundays, I think, is the only day. But last time it didn't happen, so let's just do Sunday. Let's do Sunday. All right. Cool. We'll be in touch about it. Tonight we're going out here in Vegas, guys. Just come to Vegas. We got guys. By the way, I'm also streaming on YouTube and Instagram, and I was testing it on the laptop. So there are a few other viewers. And if you want, I can show you. I don't have it on this. Do you have a Mac or a HP?
I have both.
You have two laptops?
Yeah.
Bro, you could stream in two other ways. You could stream to TikTok from it. You could stream to Instagram from it. Engage that audience. It's a little bit of extra tech work, but if you get used to it, the setup is real fast. But I guess that's probably all you got right now. Is just a TikTok and an Instagram.
Yeah.
You could stream two Instagrams, one laptop to one Instagram, another to another Instagram. Yeah, I've done it all, man.
Excellent camera, because these cameras are kind of shitty on the laptops.
Yeah, yeah. The content is dope. So, our TikTokers, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Cupid, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Oath.